Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Marqita and I'm super excited to be sharing with you, dun 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 dun, my favorites video. Now this has been a very highly requested video. People have been seeing photos of me on Instagram and have been like, Marqita, what are you wearing? What are you using? Tell me, tell me, tell me. So without further ado, I'm gonna be sharing with you my current faves. Now I will tell you there are some products that I'm gonna be sharing that I have not yet purchased, but I did get samples at Sephora. Thank you God for Sephora. I love your samples. It's actually created such a space for me to be able to try products without purchasing them first and then, you know, spending the money on them and not liking it. So that is also a great thing to do if you guys are wanting to just try out a product. Like, go to Sephora, like get those samples, test them out, and then make that purchase if you love it. So yeah, let's just jump right on into this video. Let me try that again. Let's jump right into this video. The first thing we're gonna jump into are foundations. Now, if you've ever watched my previous My Favorites video, you know that my number one favorite foundation is gonna be the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now, this foundation has always been a favorite of mine. Here's why. It's great coverage, number one. It looks beautiful on the face, number two. And also number three, they have so many amazing shades for people. And I moved from New York to Texas, and the humidity down here, in particularly in the summer, can be a little crazy. So this, my friend, is the perfect foundation if you're dealing with humidity and all that craziness. And it also just gives a very beautiful finish. Now I will tell you, it is a very coveraged foundation. So if you don't want anything that's super coverage, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one. There is a nude version that's a little bit more sheer. However, that being said, you can just use a little bit of this and buff it out, but it's still gonna be a little bit more of a heavier coverage. Now, number two, I have been using, okay, first of all, let me rewind. I went to Sephora. I wanted to try the Born This Way foundation because everyone was going crazy over this foundation. And first of all, I was having trouble finding my shade. Now I know that they expanded the shade range, but for some reason, like just like my undertone, I was having trouble matching. And so I ended up getting the foundation and the concealer, and I didn't really even like how the foundation looked on my skin because I wasn't finding the right color. So interesting enough, the concealer that I purchased actually is the color of the foundation that I need, but it doesn't match up to the foundation. Does that make sense? Okay, so I was blown away by this. I ended up using the concealer as my foundation. So yes, this is gonna fall under foundations because I'm not really a fan of this, interesting enough, as a concealer, but I do love it all over the face as a foundation. Well, that's not true. It's a great concealer too, but let's just say I like it more over my whole face. So I take the Born This Way concealer in the color Warm Sand, and I literally use it as a foundation. And when I tell you it's so beautiful, I think this is a great for like every day. It's just a very nice finish, and it kind of leaves the skin a little like glowy, which I really, really love. So this is gonna be my second fave foundation. Yeah. Now, my third favorite foundation, oh, by the way, I meant to tell you the Estee Lauder that I use is bronze, but actually currently my skin, I've been using the 4W2. It's kind of like my winter color, and then the bronze is my summer color. So just wanted to clarify that as well. Another foundation that I am going to be incorporating that I love is the Giorgio Armani Luminous CLC. I totally got a sample. This is literally a sample from Sephora. I used all the samples already, but I love this foundation. Now, it is so beautiful. I tried two colors, and I will tell you this shade range is a little weird. Like, you would think that the 8.75 is darker than the 8.5, but actually, guys, like the, let's see, where does it say it? Yeah, okay, so the 8.75 is actually lighter than the 8.5. So don't get confused, especially when you're getting in the darker shade ranges with the Giorgio Armani Luminous foundation. It's not gonna be what you think it is, where the numbers get darker. It actually is based on the undertones. So I would definitely get a sample of that. It's a little bit pricier, this foundation, but when I tell you it blends out so beautifully and it gives you this airbrush finish, it's worth it. And I'm definitely gonna be tag teaming that in the mix with my foundations. So next I'm gonna move on to powders. Now I do mix makeup like high and low end. And right now, obviously it's the one that everyone always uses. The Laura Mercier translucent powder is gonna be the #1. It's so great for setting all over the face and under the eyes and all that jazz. So that's great. Now, I will tell you, my low end, because this is more high end, my low end version that I like to use too on a regular basis is going to be the Maybelline Fit Me in light and medium. And this is also a great alternative if you don't have the money right now to get the Laura Mercier. I would definitely recommend get the Maybelline Fit Me one. It works beautifully. So yeah, love. I've also come back to the basics. Banana powder from Ben Nye. I've been incorporating this as well just to like really brighten up the under eye and also to bake. So I wouldn't necessarily use this foundation to set my face for like everyday life, but I definitely am using this as a baking powder. So I'll bake my eyes, not my eyes, that's weird. Bake under my eyes, you know what I mean, and all of my highlighting spaces. So those are gonna be my powders. Now, some other powders I've been using, like a bronzer. This is also drugstore, it's by Physicians Formula. It's just a regular bronzer. First of all, this smells like a vacation, you guys. Like, I don't know if you've, just open it up and smell it. It's amazing. So every single time I open it and put it on my face, I feel like I'm in like the Bermudas or Bahamas. That sounds like a song. I think that is a song. Yeah, Bermuda. Oh wait, I don't want to get in trouble, so let me not sing that song. But anyway, love this bronzer. It's awesome. Another bronzer that I've been using that is drugstore and super affordable is the Maybelline City Bronzer. So I've been using these two bad boys. These are super duper great. So yeah. Next, I want to talk about the highlighters that I've been using. Now, I will tell you, I'm only sharing the products that are like my current faves that I've been using on a regular basis. Now, obviously I have tons of makeup, but I want to share kind of what my everyday, day-to-day favorites that I'm using like every day. So with the highlighters, this highlighter, okay. First and foremost, I don't really shop at e.l.f. that much. Like, I just don't go to that store. I don't really purchase their products. But one day I was going out with my girlfriends. We were going to hang out, go have dinner, you know, be all dressed up and cute. And we were passing the store because we were killing time because we were waiting for a friend who sometimes takes a little bit longer. And so stumbled into the e.l.f. store and found this gorgeous highlighter. Now, this is from the, I don't know. Guys, I don't know. It says Heart Defense or something. I thought this was anyway. What is the color on this? Oh, okay. Just kidding, guys. It's called Coffee and Cream. And I love it. So, obviously I've been digging in this side a lot more than this side, but these are great. And the thing that I love about it is that it gives it a perfect, soft, I don't really like highlighters that have like glitter or they're chunky. This one is a little bit more like rose gold. It's just gorgeous. So I would definitely get this e.l.f. one. It looks like this in this gold packaging, which I love gold anyway. And it's called Coffee and Cream. So that's great. Another highlighter that I've been using, and I have it on my face right now today, and I love it because it kind of gives you a glow and a kind of like a little bit of a dewy look at the same time. And it's from Stila, and it's the Heaven's Hue color in Incandescent. Okay, so when you first try it, it's weird because it's kind of like, it's like, I can't explain it. It's like a cushion, right? But it's just so pretty. I don't know what about it, but it's just like, it feels so weird, like when you touch it, but It's so lightweight and it just gives you a nice little sheen. I'm not sure if you can even see it on the camera, but I just love this, and it just gives you such a beautiful, soft, natural glow. And this has been, I've used this product almost every single day. So really, really loving that. Now, of course, to set your makeup, I really love the Mario Badescu Rose Water. I ran out of that. So I was at MAC and I used to use Fix Plus like back in the day, and I've been using it again and I've literally loved it. I've got this like little holiday set and they have like coconut and rose water and then another one, and I've just been loving it. So I've been using literally every single day Fix Plus again, and just in love. So setting spray to prime your face before you put on your foundation, I'll do that, and then I'll put this on just to set everything, and or if you need a refresher, it's great. That being said, to follow that up, okay, so when you put on your finishing spray and your face is wet, you know, you see people doing the hands, or, you know, I'm infamous for taking like a palette and like shaking it and using it. Well, you know what? I fixed that problem, and your girl, she got a fan. This is called my Diva fan, and I love it. And so I'm just throwing this in the mix because you want to know why. Like, it's awesome and I love it, and you're welcome. Yeah, so I love doing this after I spray my face with my Fix Plus. This way it gets all nice and dry. Next, I want to talk about eyelashes. So if you guys watched my how to put on eyelashes tutorial, you know that my favorite eyelashes are the wispies. Now, I'm wearing the regular wispies right now on my eyes, but I also love the demi wispies. And you know what? I'm gonna throw into the mix these other eyelashes. Give me 1 second. Going into my beauty drawer that I really love just because they're fun and they definitely add. I would say the wispies I could wear every single day, no matter what. These two eyelashes I'm gonna show you, definitely I would only incorporate these in like for a very glamorous night because they are very boom. Girl, you're wearing lashes. This is from Kiss. They're called the Beehive lashes. And then the other ones I love are the Pixie lashes. They are the blowout lash, and they are phenomenal. So I love those, especially if I'm doing like a super duper like glam look. Sorry for all that noise, but I was grabbing those. I didn't think I was gonna add those in, but you know what? Ta-da! Okay, another product I've been loving, guys, so much. I put this under my foundation. I start with it first. So for example, well, you know what? Yeah, let me go to this first. Primer. I use primer every now and again, like previously, but I don't know, I want to say within the last couple months or so, I've been using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, and I love it. This primer is so bomb. So I'll put this on, obviously first before I put on my foundation. And then the second product, this is why I wanted to kind of rewind and go to that first. I'll add these camo concealer underneath. Now, I only add these to specific areas where I feel like maybe reflects more shadow, or you can use it if you have any like dark circles or any areas that have pigmentation that's more brown. These are color correctors. This one is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in orange, and then this is the Maybelline Master Camo in the color Apricot. Both are really great. However, I will say that this LA Pro Girl has a little bit more coverage, where this one is a little bit more sheer. So if I were gonna pick the two, I definitely go for the LA Pro one. It just has a little bit thicker of a consistency, and it kind of sticks a little bit more to your face and when you layer on the foundation. So I love those just to do like a color corrector, especially if I'm doing a very glamorous look and I want my skin to look absolutely perfect. I will add that. Those concealers. Now, another oldie but goodie that I used to use back in the day, and I started using it again, is the Paint Pot from MAC in the color Soft Ochre. Now, this has been really phenomenal in the sense of when I'm doing like more colors in my eyes and I'm really wanting the pigments to pop. This has been such a game changer in just kind of accentuating and making the colors pop, especially with, I'm not sure if you guys have gotten this palette, but the James Charles palette, he definitely recommends using the Paint Pot or the P. Louise eyeshadow base, but I just got the Paint Pot because it was way easier to get. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I get really impatient and I really want the products right away and I don't want to order and wait for them, and the P. Louise one you have to order. So I got the Paint Pot, classic, oldie, goodie, using it, it's amazing, fantastic. That being said, let's move on to the eyeshadow palettes that I've been using every single day. First, I'm gonna do the one that's the most obvious one. I already kind of mentioned it before, but the James Charles palette. This palette, I'm not gonna lie, at first, when I first got it, I did not like it. I'm just gonna be, and it wasn't even the palette's fault. Like, I didn't listen to the instructions about getting the eyeshadow base, and it's true, like, utilizing a concealer, it doesn't work as great as when you use an eyeshadow base. And it was recommended from James to use either the Paint Pot or the P. Louise, and I have been loving the palette ever since I followed the rules and I got an eyeshadow primer. And so this palette is just gorgeous. It has, I mean, you guys have probably already seen it, but look at these colors. They're absolutely stunning. I haven't gotten into all of them yet. I think I want to create an eye look over here with this pink and purple, and I definitely want to do some of the blues, but I did do a green eye look. I do use a lot of the neutrals and everything like that. I have used the reds before too, and I use a lot of the neutrals every single day, and this palette is amazing. The white is so white, the reds are so red, the colors are just so super pigmented, and of course the packaging is so dope. Like, look, the black on black is everything. Love that. Another palette that I'm really loving, again, is from Morphe. It's such a great palette. I also love, you guys, and James has this in his as well, where they give you like the names of, you know, however, I do think because it slips out a lot, it would be cooler if it was like etched like on the actual palette, because you could lose these things or they just slip off a lot. So I may just tape this up here so I could do it, but this is the Stunning Vibes 35V palette. And oh my goodness, you could see it's a little dusty because I've been using it. I actually used it on this eye look that I'm wearing right now. And if you want to see how I got this eye look, click and watch the other video. Anyway, that was such a shameless plug. But anyway, this is such a great palette. It has a lot of neutrals and warms, but it also has some pops of colors. The shimmers are really vibrant. And then also too, when I'm using that MAC eyeshadow base, it just, again, it makes everything pop, and I've just really been loving it. Okay, moving on to concealers. Favorite concealer, still using it, still loving it. Everyone knows it. Tarte Shape Tape in the color medium. This is just such a great concealer. You guys know, you've seen it all over. It really is amazing. It is a little bit thicker of a consistency, so if that scares you, then you know what? The next best thing that you can use, which I do pair these together actually, is the NARS. This concealer is great, has a great coverage, but I do believe for like beginners, this is a little bit easier to blend out. So I use the NARS in Custard, and I also will put these together, just this one first, put this one on top to just brighten everything up. And then I do also love, this is a drugstore one, the Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles. This is great. It's a great concealer on its own. It's also great too if you want to brighten up under your eye. Love, love these three. Love. Okay, now the next thing, mascara. Okay, I think I talked about this probably in a previous video before, but I use two mascaras. Now hear me out before you know, close one ear. I like to use one for under my eye and one for the top of my eye, and here's why. This one, everyone knows, is like my favorite. It's the Falsies Maybelline mascara, and I always get them in the blackest of black. I really like this one because the brush is really great and it gives a lot of volume and stuff to your lash. Now, that big brush is not really friendly for your lower lash. You know, when you see people that look like they have the raccoon eyes, I like a finer brush. So I will use the L'Oreal Telescopic in the blackest of black as well. But look at that wand. It's so fine and so thin, and I feel like it just gets all my lashes and literally makes my lashes look so big. So I like to use both of these, top, bottom lash. Cool. Another products I've been using, I have quite a few of them. Hold on, let me grab them. Are the Revlon Photo Eye Art. Now, here's why I love them so much. So first of all, we just finished New Year's and everything like that, but you guys, great news. It's January, which means it's my birthday month. So everything glitter, glam, yes. So I love these because look, they all have beautiful, beautiful shimmer and sparkle. And then they have these really cool kind of like paint pots, pigments that are just so gorgeous and shimmery. You can layer them. And so I love these because they're very glittery. They're very glittery and gorgeous. They're almost, to me, very similar when you combined both sides together. It kind of reminds me of like a dupe for the Stila, which I also have that, the Stila Glitter and Glow. The only difference is with the Stila Glitter and Glow, for some reason I get a lot of fallout with the glitter, but with these they just stick right away. So I really love them and they're super inexpensive. So I would definitely recommend getting these Revlon Photo. And I haven't used this purple yet, so I want to do a purple look. Maybe that'll be my birthday look. But anyway, love, 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 love these. Okay, moving on to lips. Oh, yeah, I meant to mention the eyelash glue that I like to use, obviously the Duo. So just wanted to not forget about mentioning that. Now moving on to lips, I've been loving the NYX Slide and Glide on waterproof lip liner. Now here's why. If you see, guys, when I put this on, it's so creamy. And it just glides on so beautifully. And sometimes I will honestly use these colors too as like eyeliner pencils because they're waterproof, one, and they're super duper creamy and they glide on and they are fantastic, right? So those pencils in any single color. Another thing that I know some people might be like, you're kind of late to the game, where have you been? The Kylie Cosmetics lip kits. Like, these are so awesome. They're super creamy. They last really long. They don't dry out your lips and they're just beautiful. And I have the color in Dolce K, and I really want to get these in a few more colors. I just haven't had the opportunity because a lot of the colors that I did like when I would go to Ulta would be sold out. So maybe I just need to order them online. But love, 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 love. Now, this is also a favorite of mine, especially during any special occasion or holiday time. Anytime I'm looking for a nice glamorous lip, I love the Fenty lip paint pots. Now this one I have is an uncensored. It's that classic gorgeous red, and I've been using this all holiday season, and I pair it up with the MAC He Said She Said Pro Long Wear lip pencil. But guys, there are other colors in this lip paint pot, and I sampled one the other day and I want to go back and get it. Can't remember the name of the color, but it was a gorgeous color. And then I saw someone use like a chocolate kind of color from this collection. So I think I'm gonna go back and get a few more of these because I really love these. So yeah. Well guys, there you have it. These are my favorites. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to comment below and let me know what you guys want to see. Well, I'm excited. Until next time.